to square one. It's hard to square up. Everybody got come, mama cries, dead sons, Lord please bless them. When a come, better get them off. That's a floss track, better get them off. Being honest, this being modest, I am your highness, I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. Let's take a ride, put your for the ones that die. It's vows tonight, just you and I get lost tonight and lose your mind. Squad, I'm dead. 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 Squad.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Coming up, two of the better cover corners in the NFL today set the score off in the NFC East. It's Josh Norman and Janoris Jenkins. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden.
This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. And hello again, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden here in the booth. And Chuck, you take a look at this matchup. I don't know if it's going to be one in the trenches. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Kirk Cousins coming on the field set and ready to lead the Redskins. But this year, it's been not exactly what they expected in the capital of the United States, Charles. Yeah, I think it's going to get really interesting in the offseason for both the Redskins and Kirk Cousins, is it not?
It certainly is, because for the last few years, they've danced the dance of, is he their guy or not? And what have they done? They franchise tagged him each and every year. Been great for his wallet, but it doesn't say you're our guy for the future. Personally, I would go ahead and take care of that. I wouldn't take any chances on not having that type of a quarterback, and I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. If I'm Washington, I pay him, I make him my guy for the future.
If they don't, there's going to be some other suitors out there.
There certainly are, and there are going to be teams now trying to decide, hey, do we make that move?
And right away, he lost the football. But the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5. And they're 6 yards away from picking up. They'll run again with P. Ryan. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Offensive starters time, Charles, for the Washington Redskins.
Let's look at Josh Dotson, the wide receiver out of TCU. Grew up in Fort Worth. His mom works at the university as a vice president. He actually went to Wyoming first, transferred back to TCU. And, boy, is he a high flyer. Throw it up in the air, he'll go up and get it.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. On play action, it's Manning, flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Working from the gun, Manning. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Give him 18 on that one. And it'll give the Giants a 1st down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 18 yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Manning to throw on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And now running right through it. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in the zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Play action. Manning dancing to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Now Cousins out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Cousins gives this to Pirine. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Taking it about the 36. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Manning now on 1st down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Throwing again. Manning. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On play action. Now Manning. Being chased out left. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And the Redskins scoop it.
Well, they knocked that one free from Eli Manning. And he's not a guy who's usually fumble-prone. Usually has a pretty good sense about getting rid of the football. But in this case, they managed to knock it out of his hands.
Yeah, Stat, to your point, I was looking back yesterday. 3 seasons of 10-plus fumbles, but other than that, single digits. He usually takes pretty good care of the ball. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Ryan Grant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out? Because we had an even half.
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good second half, that's for sure. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. One final try now for Manning. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that is incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning, flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty?
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 51 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Again, they'll throw with Manning. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Eli, not something you see a lot, sporting the wheels and picking up the first.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
To throw is Manning. This will be caught at about the 5.
Wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The drive starts with a handoff to Pirine. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Cousins to Pirine on the draw. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A first down throw for Cousins. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down. Well, speaking of incomplete passes, we had a very controversial incomplete pass in Week 15 in that Steelers-Patriots game, did we not?
In the city of Pittsburgh, it wasn't incomplete.
Right, yeah. For them, it's they won.
If
they
you're
won,
a Steelers fan, that was not an incomplete pass. That was a touchdown. But by letter of the law, having to catch a football as a receiver is going to the ground, he has to survive the ground, holding on to the football firmly. But under the law, it wasn't a catch.
Right.
The problem is, you put 100 people in a room, that looks like a catch.
Right, so then the question going forward is, does that rule need to be changed?
Well, the competition committee tried to define it clearly 2 years ago. I think they'll be back here this spring, once again, trying to clearly define what is a catch, because right now, a lot of people are confused.
It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Second down, Cousins. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Throw right side, caught by Davis. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Docks him with a grab over the middle. 8 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Cousins on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Cousins. And Davis has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To throw, Cousins. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action here on 1st down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Kelvin Shepard in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Vernon Davis from 4 yards out. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Oh, he shifts past him. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, and he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
So that one officially goes down to the books as a return for a touchdown to the kickoff of 103 yards. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is knocked down from the side.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Back to throw. It's complete to Grant. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so.
Getting in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Cousins to throw. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Here's Cousins. They'll drop it off to P-Ryan, complete. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Josh Doxson with time running out. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Manning. Eluding the pressure right. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And he's brought down after a good game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Manning to throw. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end. Going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, fighting off the defender. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to...
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one,